Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Gette-King. I am the Vice President for Political Action for Montana's chapter of National Organization for Women. So since its inception in 1966, NOW has brought together diverse activists to form a movement to address 6 priority issues, and we uphold these priorities as part of our work in the state of Montana and nationally. These include economic justice, constitutional equality, indigenous justice and racial equity, LGBTQIA+ rights, ending gender-based and all forms of violence, and reproductive health and rights, which is what brings us together today. This means that since 1966, or 7 years before Roe v. Wade, NOW was working to see a future wherein people could access safe and legal abortion in the U.S. And while we have certainly been celebrating the victory of the Roe decision for the last 49 years, we know protection of these rights and realistic, reliable access to abortion has not been experienced by all people. In addition to the attacks seen all over the country to create further social and economic barriers to receiving necessary health care, we know that pregnant people living in rural areas, those experiencing abuse or in abusive relationships, people of color, non-English speaking people, and non-binary people all experience disproportionate burdens to accessing sexual and reproductive health care, including abortion. As the Montana NOW Vice President for Political Action, I have dedicated this last year to leading the fight against the unprecedented attacks on women's and all people's bodily autonomy, liberty, and choice. Here in Montana, during the legislative session, our members organized, advocated, and testified to defend against inhumane bills that included a wave of anti-abortion legislation, of which there were over 35 proposed bills. Other bills attacked trans youth and sexual education. There were various attempts to criminalize poverty, increase dangerous working and living conditions for people already susceptible to social and economic hardships that have been exacerbated as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And there was a blatant disregard for basic human rights and human needs. While our Montana Constitution has upheld the rights to individual privacy, Montana NOW's political action team is determined to ensure everyone's right to abortion is codified and protected. That's why on a national level, we are currently advocating for the passage of both the Women's Health Protection Act, known as WIPA, which would protect the right to abortion. And it's been passed by the House and is currently stalled in the U.S. Senate. And number 2, the Equal Access to Abortion Coverage in Health Insurance, or EACH Act, to ensure affordable abortion health care for every person, which works to remove major economic barriers from the Hyde Amendment to abortion access. That has both been introduced in the House by Barbara Lee and the Senate by Tammy Duckworth, and would remove the Hyde Amendment, which prohibits federal funding use for abortions, profoundly impacting women and pregnant people of color and those with low incomes. Other organizing strategies within Montana include our elections engagement work with NOW's candidate endorsement process, which is based on our 6 priority issues leading up to the 2022 federal and state elections. This way we all know which candidates are women's human rights champions and will fight for our right to make private healthcare decisions with support from our healthcare provider. We hold ongoing meetings with Montana's U.S. senators and other elected representatives to ensure they know supporting abortion access is crucial to the safety and livelihoods of all Montanans. And while we know our policy and organizing work is needed to defend access for all people in the future, we will continue to partner with and support the work of Susan Wickland Fund, Montanans for Choice, and many others to build power across the state to ensure that those in need of abortion services have both the rights and the resources to receive care now. For these reasons, we are so grateful to have your support in this work and ask that you make a donation tonight to the Susan Wickland Fund and that you get your phone out right now and encourage 5 friends to donate today as well. We also hope that you will consider becoming a NOW member to get involved and stay updated on our advocacy for reproductive health and rights, along with our other 5 priority issues that we work on here in Montana. We have been in it since 1966 and we won't go back. Your help and input will help Montana NOW build a movement to protect everyone's right to abortion and all reproductive health care. Thank you.